I know. Sarge, is motorcycling the only thing you talk about? Is motorcycling the only thing you care about? Nope. I care about the Jacksonville Jaguars too. I know. Sarge, is motorcycling the only thing you talk about? Is motorcycling the only thing you care about? Nope. I care about the Jacksonville Jaguars too.
Hey y'all, it's Snacks reminding you to tune in to the Iron Elite podcast. You dig?
I know what you're getting ready to say. Hey, Sarge, why you always have to play all that slow music? Man, I know I can't help it, man. But that fast rap music y'all listen to today give me heart murmurs. But hey, man, it's the Iron Elite Podcast Show where we keep it motorcycling, you dig? Hey, man, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's your boy Sarge on a Saturday morning, man. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Hopefully everybody's getting ready to get after it, get to it, man, and get on these motorcycles, man. So, hey, let me start off real quick. Let me start off. Let me say this. Hey, man. Okay, so tales from the Iron Elite Ground Pounders reunion. I get a call. I get a call from a restaurant the other day, and they said, "Hey, Sarge, we heard about the event that you had. Um, we would like you to use us, and we'd like you to take the whole entire restaurant for that day." Hey man, you know you doing something, man. When they want to give you the whole entire restaurant. I've never heard of nothing like that, man. So shout out to them. We're working some details out for next year, and the host hotel. I'm waiting to get the contracts from those guys. Hopefully, I'll have it tomorrow. That's what they tell me. So count on it Tuesday. Full service hotel, restaurant, lounge, gyms, huge parking, man. So, and let me just say this, man, with the host hotel. It's not just for sleeping. It's a place to bring all of us together so we can congregate, so we can network, so we can share stories and ideas. So just something to think about. And oh, by the way, the more motorcycles and the more of us we have at the hotel, the less complaints we hear about anything. Where you sleep at, I don't really care. Where you be at, I really, really, really do care. Hey, man, so this morning, man, we got my dog, man, Mr. 73 miles an hour and no faster. Hey, so I'm gonna tell this. I'm gonna tee this up real quick, man. Okay, so we had Ride to Eat last year. We had K Solo and Reese Ride to Eat, and I think it was low key. My brother, the average Harley rider, and I think it might have been one other rider. It might have been Hero Benson. I'm not
Hero
sure.
Benson.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was.
Hero Benson. And they was like, man, they kept looking. When is Carl gonna catch up? they Carl was not going past 73. They were like, they go fast. Yow. Then they coming back. Carl said, I'll see you when I
know
see
where we're
you.
going.
I know where
where
I'm
we're
going.
going.
So 73. Hey man, Mr. Average Harley Rider, Mr. 73, no faster. My brother Carl, simplified, former Marine, just like your boy. How are you
Hoorah.
this morning? How
I'm
are you
good,
this
man.
morning,
I'm
my
good.
brother?
I'm good. Good to be
Hey,
here.
he's here with his lovely wife, man. They finna do it. We finna talk about the I-10 to the end, the good, the bad, the ugly. Carl was the first rider for the year of 2024. So let's do this real quick, if you don't mind. We giving it up for my dog, man. So y'all hang in there, man. Share it with a friend. Tell everybody that we on. We live, you dig? Hey man, we getting ready to get it in, man. We getting ready to talk about something that we love talking about, and that's motorcycling. And not only just motorcycling, but motorcycling great, man. And that's what my man Carl's just done for us, man. He's shown us how to leave Houston, Texas, go all the way to Santa Monica Pier, go right back past Houston, Texas, to go to Jacksonville, and to go back to Houston, Texas, brother. Hey, brother Carl, how many miles was that on the odometer? Do you know?
Yep, 2560. 2560. I'm sorry.
No, no, no. It
No,
was told more than that.
5260.
5260, man.
Is
Hey,
that
man,
right? Yeah.
again, hey, again, man, I got to do this for you, man. Hey, Carl, you ain't average no more, man.
I ain't average no more.
No, sir, you're not average no more, man. We do this on the Iron Elite podcast. We do it on the Iron Elite page. We make this stuff seem like it's simple. It is not simple. It
It
is
is
not
not.
routine. But full
No.
disclosure, man, this stuff
Yeah.
takes work. It takes planning. It takes preparation. It takes mental as well as the money,
Yep.
the machine in perfect working order. So many things have to come together at one time to make for a successful ride. Is that what you think about that, Carl? Is that true with you?
Very, very good assessment, man. It's a whole lot involved. I mean, you think I can tell you when I got to Arizona, no, New Mexico, you in no man's land. There ain't nothing there to see. There ain't no trees. There ain't no water. It's just desert. So mentally, you're like, is it gonna stop? Am I gonna get through it? But it's a blast. I mean, it is so, and I had so much motivation. I had you, I had the mileage bully, I had my boy Verge. I had just every time I would stop, I'd peek it, because I'm trying to stay on the bike.
Right, right.
For me, that was my thing. Sitting in that saddle, eating up them miles.
There
And
it
the
is.
biggest thing for me was getting past San Antonio, which I didn't get past last year. So
Well, I tell you what, we're gonna take it from the start. But let's say this, man. Since you brought her up, let me see. Shout out to Moto Mob, man. Let me make sure y'all see that. Yeah, that's what I rock with, Moto Mob, man.
yeah, yeah,
Shaquila Bussey, man, 2024 Titan Award recipient, first African American woman to have her own motorcycle riding academy. As a matter of fact, two of them working on three of them. So,
exactly,
shout out to
exactly.
her. But Carl, let's take this from the beginning, man, if you don't mind. Okay, so this is the second time around. The first time around, my
Didn't make it.
man had COVID, man, and I'm glad you standing tall and looking good. Uh, he was trying to deal from coming off that illness and didn't get on the bike and ride, and man, it was just too much. It's too
Right.
much. Sometimes the good man above say, "This ain't gonna happen this trip. We got to
Don't
come
get
back
her
and recut."
started.
Yeah, we'll leave that alone. I see.
You
I,
saw that, right? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. He'll listen to me the next time. I tell you that now.
Yeah,
Hey man, where would we be at without these wives, man? I'm telling you.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. Gotta give
Hey,
her a
so
couple.
that's what's up. So Carl, you choose to make the ride. Not only you choose to make the ride, you choose to do it in the wintertime. So obviously you're dealing with different elements and different
Yeah.
issues. So what did you do to start preparing for your ride, say 30 days out? How did you start preparing yourself and how did you start preparing your motorcycle?
For one, was getting my gear right. Um, I took every opportunity when the weather got inclement, to ride. She'll tell you, she'd be like, "Why are you going riding today? It's wet." Or "Why are you going riding this real cold?" Because I need to be ready for whatever comes my way. Getting the bike ready, of all things, like right before I got ready to make the trip. I got a great, got it, did my tires and stuff for me. I did my three hole service myself. Made sure, the Facebook group, Iron Elite, that so much knowledge in those posts. Low key, Kodak, yourself, um, Tin Man, K Solo, all of y'all. I'm looking at, okay, this is what he did, this is what she did, da 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 da. And so I'm making sure all the nuts and bolts are tight on the bike. Then my gear, because that's one of the things for me is I had to be comfortable. I needed to be comfortable from the time I pulled out of the driveway or wherever I was starting from. Because for me, if I'm not comfortable to ride, it's not going to go well. And I don't know how much it affects other people, but for me, it's I got to be. So I had my heated gear, I had all my layers, and then if you don't remember, I lost one of my jackets, and I actually found out I lost my glove as well just before I got to California. I'm at the state line, but I had packed enough that I had backup, and then got another jacket sent into me. But yeah, my gear was the first and foremost thing. The bike, yeah, I knew the bike was ready to go. I mean, it's I take good care of it, change the oil. I don't ride out, I don't ride hard on it. It's a bike meant to be driven hard, but I ride it the way I like to ride it. And but yeah, and then this one here, she was making sure I was no for here. Okay, here's the biggest thing for me: no sodas. 30 days out, it was water, 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 like that, as my boy Russell
Smart.
Brown would say.
Yeah, smart.
I
Real
was
smart.
I was pouring fluids in. She'll tell you, and I had no sodas,
Hmm.
drinking water, making sure my body was hydrated, and that made this ride that much more easier.
That's what's up. Because you are a snack monster.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So, oh boy, we gonna stop. That's what's up. So, okay, so gear wise, let's talk about gear if you don't mind.
Okay.
What specific gear did you take to be able
So
to
I
deal
had
with the elements?
yeah, got my all-purpose weather boots. They're built. I forgot the name of them, but they're waterproof. They kept my feet warm. I had my hot wired heated jacket and gloves. I had my Harley Davidson, um, their top leather glove that's waterproof. They claim I didn't get a chance to test it. Um, I had everybody calls them the K Solo gloves, the Harley Davidson gloves. I keep those in case. And when I got to California, that's when I wore them. And I have a thick layer windbreaker. It's very windproof. I bought it from a motorcycling company, and I put that's another layer I use. And I had two sets of rain gear because rain gear, but my Harley Davidson rain gear, I don't have to worry about it on the pipes, but I don't trust anything. So I always keep a backup. I had two or three balaclavas to go over my head for the cold days because pulling out of Houston and pulling out of El Paso, I was in the 30s both days going. Coming back, it was a little different. It was in the 50s. Um, I had a pair of waterproof rubber gloves just in case anything went wrong because I don't like my hands to get cold and wet. I can live with one or the other. Um, Toolkit, all that stuff, those basic. But as far as my riding gear, my heated jacket, two coats to go over that, um, the rain gear, and my boots. That's what I had.
Man, I tell you what, you were ready.
I was ready.
You were ready. So
Yeah,
what was some of the okay, let's say this real quick. What was the coldest temperature that you had to deal with?
34 degrees coming out of El
34.
Paso. 34.
That's not too bad. That's not
Yeah,
too bad at
it
all.
wasn't super bad.
Yeah.
I was ready for it. Yeah.
Okay, not bad at all. So, okay, so we got our gear, we got our equipment. Uh uh Thanks to the wife, we making sure that we hydrating properly and
Yes, sir.
we getting proper nourishment. So as far as the bike is concerned, what did you do to get the bike prepped and ready to go?
Like I say, new tires. Um, while in there, check my bearings, check my drive belt, topped off I did all the 3-hole maintenance, um, adjusted all the bolts and stuff on my fairing, checked my battery. Um, what else did I check? Luggage, as far as, making sure that all the bolts are down on my saddlebags. Um, and
Yeah, music.
Yeah, I had to make sure my music was good, and I got to have music as I'm going across the highways and byways.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's pretty much it. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So, okay, so bike's ready, roll. Equipment sounds like it was really ready.
yeah,
Nutrition, health, the whole nine. And obviously, you were doing a lot of riding around your local area, just kind of getting your stride and getting your momentum
yeah,
together. Am I
yeah,
correct?
yeah,
Okay, obviously,
yeah.
because you knew you were going to be dealing with some real cold weather and that kind of stuff. So
Right.
we take out, I think, uh, because you took out from the West Coast, so of course you started from the West Coast. So if you don't mind, let's take it from. We're not going to worry about Houston to Santa Monica. Let's talk about Santa Monica to Jacksonville. What was the
Okay.
strategy the first day coming out the gate? What time did you start, and what was your strategy for that particular day?
So I knew that there was everybody was wondering, Becky and a lot of other people, even the guy I was staying with in California, were talking about the storm that was coming in. I had actually looked at it, and it wasn't due to come in until later that afternoon. But I wanted to burn some miles in the darkness. So my objective was to leave Santa Monica at 3. So I was staying in Moreno Valley, which was about an hour and 10-minute drive over to Santa Monica. So I left my buddy's house right about 2 o'clock, went on down 15, and then pulled into Santa Monica. Thank you for reminding me that I needed to look for the lobster house, because I started out, I went actually all the way down to the beach, and I'm going, I don't see the sign. And then I said, wait a minute, he said lobster house. So I put that in, and it took me, so I got up there. But my objective was to leave there, and I did at exactly 3 o'clock, and just burn a full tank of gas before any stops, which didn't really happen, because when I took off, I had this lady. Man, you have to be really careful with this lady. They call her the mileage bully, because when you tell her you're gonna send her your glimpse and you don't, she will put her foot on your neck. And so she was texting me, um, you know, where's my glimpse? Because I had sent her my spot wallet. She said that wasn't fast enough. So I had to pull over real quick, shoot her that, and then I got back on the road. And so I burned out from there, close to the California state line. And what happened was, a gentleman that I was staying with was going to meet me, but he lost his key fob. But he told me to go ahead. He said, I'm sorry, I can't catch you. So as I'm rolling up, he pulls up behind. I see the headlights. He's coming. He done do 90 miles an hour to chase me down. So I did have a fuel stop to just chop it with him a little bit. He topped my tank off again, and we said our goodbyes. Told him I'd see him later, and then after that, I burned on out, and I rode all the way in to Tucson.
Okay, so your first day goal, I think you were looking at, you were going to try to do what, between 600 and 800 miles? Is that
Yeah, I was going. My goal was Santa Monica all the way to El Paso
to El Paso?
on day one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So because I got riders that are getting ready to come out the gate here next month. Next month is his own and cracking. So what should they expect on that stretch of highway of 10 coming from Los Angeles? Say let's take it from Los Angeles to Tucson. What should they expect? Construction, traffic? What was it like?
Up to the California state line, it was fine. And I can tell you now, I'm a numbers guy. So from Santa Monica Pier to the Arizona state line is 239 miles. That stretch was fine. There's really nothing in there, as long as I don't know if they're gonna ride in darkness, if they're gonna ride in daylight, but the speed limit, 75 miles an hour. I was 73, so I had to worry about nothing. But didn't see many state troopers. But I rode in darkness going in, coming out there. But as long as you ride in, there's mountainous terrain, but it's not, it's paved, but your sights will be mountains. I didn't run into much traffic. Arizona, when I went through, there was a stretch of about maybe 10 miles. They had shut one lane off, but it was 3-lane highway. That was the beauty of it. It was 3 lanes. So you still had 2 that were moving pretty fast. Tucson, they had some construction. It slowed us down to 55, 60 miles an hour. And then after that, I was back on the throttle again. And I was burning pretty good. I think I averaged my speed coming from from Santa Monica to El Paso. My average speed was 64 point something miles an hour. So, and I try to keep it above that.
Okay.
I really did.
Hey, let me just say this. Let me just say this real quick. You see Retro trolling you, right?
I see it. Yeah. Yeah, I see him. I see Mr. Retro.
Shout out to Pastor Retro, man, and Kingdom of Lions, man. Hey, he gonna troll you, man. He all up in it.
73.
73.
73 miles per hour.
Hey, Retro, he even got the T-shirt and all the swag gear to go with it, man.
And look, I'm waiting on my first shirt is coming off the press, very hot.
Hey, I'm gonna support with the swag gear, man, but I don't know if I'm gonna put that T-shirt on my body. Hey, but I am gonna support. Believe that. That's the truth. So okay. So let's take it back on say okay. So things are pretty mellow. Obviously going through Cali.
Yeah,
Uh, Phoenix, you said was pretty decent. Tucson
yeah,
had a little bit of traffic and stuff that was going on with
yeah.
construction. Okay,
The
okay.
worst will be El Paso.
Yeah, we gonna get there.
Yeah.
Texas just yeah, yeah. We'll get to Texas. Hey man, we just get rid of Texas. The whole I-10 to the end will be a nice, easy ride. I can just tell you that now, man. Hey man, Texas, yeah, y'all your own country, man. I'm just done with it. Hey, uh gas wise, gas prices relatively decent this time
Yeah,
of year, am I correct?
nothing above 450. 459 was the highest I had to pay.
Okay,
459.
okay.
And
So
that was
no
in Cali.
I was in Cali, yeah, with that old junky gas in Cali,
Yeah,
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 whatever.
459.
Yeah, yeah. So no weather problems, no issues with
No, man, that weather
okay,
was
cool, cool,
gorgeous. Oh
cool.
my
I think you
gracious.
got a real sweet spot, man. Cause
I did. I must
yeah,
have.
it was getting kind of ugly early on, but when you
Exactly.
left, things were pretty nice. So
He blessed me. He blessed me.
right, right.
Yeah.
Physically, how did you feel that first day coming out of the gate? Any issues? Cause I heard somebody say stretching. Did you do any stretching
I
yet?
did.
Or
I did. I
okay,
stretched. So I, grabbed the handlebar, grabbed the seat, stretch down, bend my knees, hold it, hold it a couple of seconds, because I have arthritis. So I made sure I took my meds. I'd actually got my prescription filled. That's another thing. If you're on meds, make sure you take enough for you on this trip. This one here made sure I got my prescriptions in. So I took my arthritis meds, and but yes, I did some stretching on the bike. Um, Somebody's asking how many miles. So I never went over 14 hours on the bike, 15 hours total riding. Every day
wow,
was almost 15 hours total riding.
wow, okay,
Yeah, yeah. So,
okay.
but yeah, stretching was vital. My
Mm-hmm.
bone, I never felt, oh, I'm tight in the seat. Kick my legs out on my highway pegs, and I enjoyed it. It was, it was. I felt physically. I probably felt this. I was telling her this is the best I felt physically on a ride.
Good,
I really
good.
felt good.
Good. So along with that, say along with the water, were you using any other things like Pedialyte or
I had liquid IV
okay,
and vitamin water. So
okay,
you remember you taught me that when I did 48 states, I was alternating.
yeah, 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 for sure,
I was alternating
yeah,
through water,
mm-hmm.
liquid IV, and I had my vitamin water every now, and I would mix it with just my regular water to give it a flavor for me because I have a thing with water. But yeah, I definitely I
Mm-hmm.
mixed it up, kept them in my bag.
That's what's up. Somebody said pickle juice shots are good. They are. They are.
They are, yeah, for cramps, yeah.
Typically, if it's getting that bad, it's probably normally summertime.
It's summertime,
When
yeah.
you yeah when you're running
During
100
the
plus
winter,
on the temperature. Winter, you
right.
probably don't need it as much. I mean, but certain people's bodies are certain ways,
Yeah, you gotta know your
So
body.
you got
You
to know
gotta know
your
your body.
body. So
Yeah.
so we end up getting in El Paso about what time? You remember?
Uh, Before 7, because I hit you up to let you know that they were making us get off the freeway.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, so because it was shut down
Hmm.
completely, and they said it will be for some time going.
What was going on with that? Was that an
There,
emergency
there's
or
a no, there's a stretch of road that they're
that
redoing the whole
repaving
thing.
or
So
whatever?
they're yeah
And
they're making it.
that was right before El Paso on the
Yeah,
western side?
yeah, on the western side, right before El Paso. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Because again, like I said, I got riders that are coming out the gate here in the next I think they start in the next 3 weeks coming out the
Okay.
gate. So
Yeah.
good stuff to
They'll
know,
probably
man.
be there. Yeah, they'll still probably be there.
Okay. So you started at dark, probably rode in dark for what about an hour and a half?
Yeah, once I got in, yeah,
About
I
an
was
hour and
yeah,
a half.
just about an hour,
Yeah,
if that 1 hour and a half.
and you shut it down at dusk. Am I correct?
Yeah, sure did.
Okay,
Yeah,
in El Paso.
in El
Okay,
Paso.
how did you feel the first day?
I felt so good. I went and got me some KFC. I had to get my Kentucky Fried
Yeah,
Chicken.
yeah,
I had been fiending for it. I had been
yeah,
fiending for it. So the guy I was staying with was out with his family.
yeah.
So he told me where it was by his house. I went and got it. He opened up the garage. I went on in, had my dinner, and Then I turned on in. I got me a good shower. He had nice accommodations for me. That bed, man. When I laid on it, I was out, Chris. I was out, Big Sarge. I was gone. Matter of fact, she was upset because I didn't call her that night. Yeah, he didn't check in. I'm like,
Well,
check in.
he was all on the video. I saw the video. Yeah, he was on the video. That's what's up.
I was.
Yeah, he did a nice video for me. Yeah, I remember.
I had an obligation to the video. I forgot my obligation at home.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I saw. It was like you were trying to do a 2-for-1 thing.
Yeah, man. Look, it's out there. But yeah, I got in. I got in, like I said, got my shower. My buddy, he hadn't got home yet. I remember him coming in, I could hear him, but I just texted him and said, hey man, my goal is to pull out of here by 5 o'clock. And he's like, fine. So I woke up at about 4:15-ish, got my gear prepped, got it staged, packed it back in the garage, and bike was ready to go. I was ready to go. And he came out the garage, said our pleasantries and our goodbyes, and I was off again.
So day 2 now. So now we're getting out of El Paso. We're getting out of El Paso about 5 in the morning. Am I correct?
Yeah, right at 5.
Okay,
yes.
So now our strategy is to get to Mama. We're trying to get to H-Town. Am I correct? Okay.
Yep.
Talk us through that. Any issues? Because, that area, once you, let's go. Well, you can probably all the way up until El Paso, all the way up until maybe Bernie. I call that the gauntlet, man. Ain't nothing out there. Ain't nothing. And tumbleweeds and
I did find out that Texas has some beautiful mountain ranges on that.
If you see them in the daytime.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you see them in the daytime,
I thought they were
you don't
clouds.
see nothing. Yeah.
I'm like, man, we got some big old, there's a lot of clouds up there. Found out later they were mountains.
Yeah.
And coming in, when you pass El Paso, I don't remember how far in I was, but there is a U.S. Border Patrol check.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with that. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to check in there. So I'm like, okay, but I rode in on the bike. They were like, oh, go ahead. Went on about my business. So there was a lot.
Hey, they know you weren't driving a tractor trailer with a bunch of illegals in the back. Bunch of illegals in the back of it, for sure. Yeah. So I know because up in that stretch of highway, it's mostly the speed limit is what, 80 miles an hour?
It's 80 miles an hour.
So, well, never mind.
70.
Never mind, man. I'm so done with that joke, man. Hey, I gotta say something for later, man. We going in hard on that joke. So back there, I think the roads are relatively decent now. They've been doing a lot of construction over there the last year.
Yeah, they fixed it up.
Okay, yeah. So gas stops in between that area. Maybe during the daytime, not as quite as bad. But if you ride back there at night, beware.
Yeah, you gotta beware. Yeah.
Some of those gas stations are closing 8 o'clock at night because
exactly.
Yeah, they're out there in the middle of nowhere.
They close early.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's funny. It's funny. Now, when you were riding back that way, were you gassing? Were you going tank to tank, or were you going to a quarter of a tank? Or
there's this guy Kodak, the ground pounder, told me. So I don't go tank to tank. I go back to. If I'm not at a quarter of a tank, the minute my reserve light comes on, I'm pulling over looking for gas.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Question for Carl's wife: any recommendation for guys getting the kitchen pass to go solo for a week or two? No.
Hey man, hey, they're gonna go in on you today. I kind of had a feeling, man. That's why I didn't want to come in with no jokes too hard, because I was like, man, I know they finna go in on Carl today, man. Hey, but it ain't nothing but love, man. Nothing but love.
Oh yeah.
Hey, we'll address that at the end. And that'll be y'all segment. I'm gonna stay out of that one. Okay, so that day between El Paso to Houston, how many miles are we talking about?
I can give you accurate, exactly. Screenshots. Let me.
It's not quite 800, is it? Is it 800?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
747.
747. Okay, so good.
I'm sorry. Yeah, 747 was exactly from there to my doorstep.
Okay, so 747. So you go 5 in the morning. So you end up in Houston about what time?
I was home by 6:40. Yeah, 6:40. I'm looking at right here, 6:40.
So it's a very easy day.
12 hours, 22 minutes.
Because you were riding during the weekday. So any issues in traffic?
No
Any
traffic
nothing?
came through Burn. I thought I would run into a little bit in San Antonio, but it was moving pretty good.
Hmm.
Um, Matter of fact, yeah, it was moving good because this is where you may mention my GPS kept trying to make me take that loop, that 410 loop or that six, whatever it was. But
Hmm.
I stayed on I-10 and I was on the other side of town just as quick as it said the shortcut would have been. So no, it was moving pretty good.
Man, somebody, this is a motorcyclist show, man. You were packing a gun. Were there any issues at the point?
I didn't have a gun.
Texas is pretty. Texas is pretty. You got a concealed, weapons license. Texas is pretty cool. There's no
Yeah,
issues with
yeah,
that. Yeah,
yeah. But I,
you
I
know.
don't I don't care. I don't
Yeah,
care.
well, Texas, y'all let it all hang out anyway. Texas
Yeah,
got guns,
yeah.
they got
If
machine guns, they
anything,
got everything in Texas, man.
if anything,
Ain't
I
no
was ready
mess with
tonight to a
Texas.
fight, a gunfight
But
if I had
but
one.
the answer to that question, I carry a concealed weapons card, the whole nine. I do carry on me, full disclosure. But y- Texas, no issues. Louisiana, no issues. Alabama, no issues. Florida, no
Right.
issues. Uh, Arizona, no issues. But when you get to that country of California,
California,
it's a little
yeah,
bit
buddy.
different. I suggest that you go check out California laws, man,
Yeah,
because
yeah. I
California
heard.
is
I listened
yeah,
when I
yeah,
got there.
yeah.
Yeah,
Cali is a whole
yeah,
different type of crazy. Let me just
definitely.
put it that way.
Yeah.
But anyway, man. So smooth sailing. The second day, is that fair to say?
Oh yeah, very
Smooth
smooth.
sailing.
Very smooth.
Bike is running fine. No
Running
issues.
like a kid at 73
Yeah,
miles an hour.
yeah. I peeped some of your videos, man. Look like you having too much fun, man.
And look,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was having a good time.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I was like kind of jealous, man. Like he ain't suffering like one bit, man.
Man, but I,
That,
it
that's
was
what's up.
yeah, it was good, man. It was people checking on
Yeah,
me. Though.
for sure.
That made it talk to you.
Yeah.
Remember, I called you up, and I had my Bluetooth. This is one of the few times I actually used my Bluetooth. I was
Uh-huh.
calling her. Thorough was calling me. I talked to Shakila. I was rolling,
Oh,
man.
you had a gang. You had a gang.
I had a
Man,
game, man.
I'm telling you, man, shout out to everybody. And this is no cap. This is no lie. Man, I must have got the wife can attest to this. I might have got 30 phone calls about you, man. The whole it's like, if y'all don't stop calling me about Carl.
I appreciate it, man.
Man,
I'm telling you,
hey, brother, you were loved on that trip, man. You
man,
had a
I
bunch of
was.
angels on that, and that's matter of fact, I got more calls about you, probably between you and Piper with Tide, and Piper
Wow.
because hers was a hot mess with the weather, but
Yeah,
man, everybody was checking in on you. Everybody wanted to make sure you were good, and that's the power of unity, man.
it is, man.
When people are loving on you like that, man, you have
Yeah,
no
you
choice
can't.
but to be successful.
Exactly.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
man. It made me feel so good as I'm rolling down the road.
Hmm.
If I stop for gas, I got messages in my inbox. Total strangers. A guy named
Crazy,
Travis.
ain't it? Yeah.
A couple of people that just hit me up. Hey, man, I see you doing that ITN, man. Best is for
Right.
you. Da 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 da. Woo, man, it made you feel good.
That's what's up,
Yeah.
man. Hey, who said I would ask about speed traps, but hey, man, they give you. I'm telling you, we just started the year, man. They finna give.
They owe me, dog. They owe me.
Hey,
Man,
man,
look,
y'all gonna get
that's
on
my
Carl,
ride.
man. Y'all
That's
gonna get
my
on Carl,
ride.
man. Hey, Carl ain't never get a speeding ticket. He might
I ain't
get one
getting
for
no
too
speed.
slow.
And that's it. I ain't getting no speeding ticket, man. I ain't getting no speeding ticket.
Hey, man, I'm
I,
done with y'all, man. I'm trying to be serious. Y'all so immature.
I don't know if I posted. I think I did on my video. I got to tell you a funny story about El Paso. So, they made us get off, and I'm not going to sit in that traffic because it was backed up. So I get on the emergency lane, and I'm rolling. All I saw
Okay,
on the back of that vehicle was state police. So I
okay,
went up a little further. I said, Motorola faster than any motorcycle. It's
true.
undefeated. So I
Facts.
pulled over. I turned the bike, parked it, put the kickstand down, got my wallet out with everything. So when he pulls up, he stays in the traffic. And I'm looking at him like, I said, are we good? He finally pulls on the side, like in front of me, rolls his window down. He said, huh? I said, he said, well, funny thing is, take a look. And he pointed, I realized Texas, it says state trooper. He was New Mexico State Police. He says, I wish I could give you a ticket. He said, but I can't even if I wanted to. He said, but I'm sure the state troopers in Texas would be happy that you pulled over for them to give you a ticket. I
Hey,
was,
Carl,
we both laughing.
hey, Carl, the only man I know asking, do I need to get a ticket?
And I'm like, are we good?
Hey,
He
hey,
was
most people
laughing.
go, hey,
I
most
was
people gonna keep
laughing.
moving, act like they don't see.
And he
Carl,
let me
do
back.
you need me? Do you need
I
for me
went,
to pull over to
yeah.
get a ticket?
I say, are we good? I went on back my business, but he was cracking up laughing. He rolled his window back up. He went, I
Oh
said, yeah,
man.
we state police. Yeah, that was the funniest thing in El Paso, man. I'll never forget that.
Hey, so check it. So now we're back home. We're in Houston. Day two. Everybody's happy. You happy? We're thinking, "Psh, man, this thing is a
Almost
fair.
over.
Yeah, man. We 60%, 70%. Well, 60% into the trip.
Yep.
So now it's the last leg. We're getting ready to go to the Ground Pounders reunion. So we can't screw this up. So
Nope.
our strategy for the third day. Talk to us about it. The weather conditions, road conditions, traffic, and what was your strategy to bring it in safe? Because you had a time hack to be on as well.
Yeah, yeah. So thing was, the wifey and my future in-law, they were tagging along with me. So they were riding. So I had already given her the prep talk. Y'all don't, I'm only gonna get 250 miles on the tank or 220. Y'all in the car. So I said, look, if I pull over for gas, y'all don't have to. Y'all just keep on going. Just give me a call and tell me what mile marker y'all at, and I'll try to catch up. And then, so that was, they stopped the first few times, but we stopped for gas in Louisiana and then in Mississippi. So they would pull out and they pull ahead of me, or I pull ahead of them after they done stopped. And, but the weather was beautiful. I mean, on the way in, it was wonderful. I mean, and we didn't hit any traffic. We beat no. New Orleans got me.
Oh yeah, with the miss.
Because I beat them. I got to New Orleans before them, and I'm trying to cheat. So I'm holding that median again, trying to ride the side, but my exit's over to the right 3 lanes, and people would not let me get over. So that's why I wound up going to 16 and had to turn back around. And then
Whoa,
I'm
whoa,
going by
whoa,
the
whoa, 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 whoa. How you beat anybody doing 73? What's that?
We stopped
they stopped.
several times.
Okay. Oh, they stopped and took a
They
nap.
stopped.
Okay, they stopped and took a nap. Okay.
Yeah. So I never had to catch them. They were always catching me because they would
Right.
stop. They knew they could stop for a long time because I'm not going fast.
Because you weren't going fast. They're going to take a
I wasn't
nap and they can
going
still
fast.
come get you out.
Oh, they were coming to catch. I look up and there they be again. I'm like, okay, they caught up again. Yeah, I wasn't gonna be out running nobody.
For sure.
No.
Hey, so how was any issues in Beaumont? Because Beaumont
No.
stay raggedy, man.
It's yeah.
Oh yeah, the
Stay
road.
raggedy.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
road
Beaumont
is
stay
horrible.
raggedy, man.
Yeah, that road.
Yeah.
That road. That was everyone. That was a misstatement that I was gonna catch anybody. That was wrong. I didn't
Hey
catch
man,
anybody.
you don't see how hard they roasting you right now. Man, boy, they killing you.
They killing me, dog. I'm glad we ain't no
They
fist
killing
fight.
you, man. Hey man, it's all good. There was nothing but love, man. Nothing but love.
Oh, I love it, man.
So,
I love it. But
yeah,
yeah,
so
yeah,
no
Beaumont,
issues.
yeah,
Yeah.
Beaumont roads are terrible. When you get between Beaumont and Orange, Texas, man, you better be holding on because you're gonna be hitting some holes.
Yeah.
And another thing. So if anybody's coming east, was that permanent? That stretch of road between the Ritter and I-10 and Beaumont, was that going to be a permanent closure?
For a while.
Yeah, for a while. If they're coming from the east to do the 10, there is a very bad backup. I mean, an hour-long backup just outside of Quincy, the Ritter, Louisiana, coming in.
You say the Ritter?
I'm sorry, if they're going west. If they're going west on the 10. Yeah.
Okay.
Right before you get to Lake Charles, there are 2 little towns, the Ritter and Quincy. No, the Ritter and whatever else the other one is. But there's a backup starting there, and it goes all the way to the Texas state line. They're doing they're doing lane closure. So we had to take the back road. But thankfully that was on I wasn't going that way because they're gonna have to get off. Well, now they gotta get off.
I was thinking about it because Snacks is on her way heading home now.
Is she
speak? So
is she gonna go up and get on the 20 though?
I think she's gonna shoot up. From either Slidell, not Slidell, like going up towards Lafayette, or maybe she's just gonna hit the 20 in Jackson. She's gonna head up to Jackson, then hit the 20
She hit the
going
20 there.
across. I think she's gonna do something like that. So, hey, Snacks is listening in. Believe it or not, man, on her motorcycle, man. God bless her. Let's
Yeah,
keep her
please
in
keep
our
her in prayer.
prayers. Safe
Safe
travel,
travels,
Snacks.
Snacks. Safe travels.
Snacks is doing that. You know, she do it better than anybody I know,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
And I ain't taking that back. When you go to South America, by
You bad.
yourself to the tip, you
You
bad. Whatever.
bad.
Yeah,
And
whatever.
that's
Yeah,
all you can say.
for
Reef, I
sure.
see you laughing at me.
Hey
See,
man,
I
hey
ain't
boy,
riding with Reef. Reef is a guy, he
Reef,
knows I can't ride
hey
with him.
Reef, hey boy, Reef taking it easy on me because Reef would normally went real hard, but everybody else been killing it before. So, hey, so shout out to Reef, man. Shout out to everybody. Kingdom Alignment. Shout out to you guys, man.
Yeah, shout out.
Thank you for everybody who's come on with us this morning. And you know the cool part about it is, let's be honest, most of the people that's on the live feed today have talked to you about it at the Ground Pounders reunion, but
Yeah.
they're still coming on and supporting and showing love to this ride, man, because everybody knows this, man. I don't care how many times you do a cross country ride, every ride is different, man. One ride you can take and it can just be easy greasy, and then the next ride can be the ride of your lifetime. And I don't mean that in a positive way either. It could be a very tough ride. So,
Yeah.
hey, I appreciate everybody being on with us this morning. And Carl's, he's picked this stuff up, man. He's a ground pounder for real. 48 states, am I correct?
Yes, sir. Well,
Yeah,
47. I missed Wyoming, so
47.
I owe
Yeah,
one.
47. So,
Yeah.
he ain't new to this, man.
I knew. No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
I
very
just gotta
familiar.
take care
He's
of it.
very familiar with these butt whippings, man.
Yeah,
Because I think most of us are crazy anyway. Ain't nobody go do this, man, and do this for pleasure, because there ain't no pleasure in sitting on a
Ain't no fun
motorcycle
in it.
for
Yeah,
14,
you just
15
ride.
hours for
Yeah.
sure, man. So we okay. Let's take it on the other side. Okay, we're leaving Louisiana. We're getting into Alabama around Mobile area. How's that? That should be smooth riding for you, right?
Smooth ride. My music.
Things are
I had
getting
my music
warm.
passing. Yeah, that was real smooth on through Pensacola. Then that's when I started. Jorge, I've been riding since 1982.
Man,
So
Carl, old man.
yeah, I'm old. I'm seasoned.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's seasoned.
I'm seasoned.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he ain't in the fresh loaf bread section.
No, sir. I
Hey,
got.
I'm just
I'm
kidding, man. I'm right there with you.
old.
I'm just kidding. Yeah.
But yeah, so that long stretch, man, that's state line, Florida, zero marker to 362 when you get to Jacksonville, man.
That's a long ride,
So,
ain't it?
if you sit there, you be, counting them miles, you be like, oh man, but thank God it's all them little bitty, little bitty cities in between.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we rolled through. I got gas. I'm trying to think of the name of that city, but it don't come to mind. But I stopped about 50. No, it was way more than 50 miles out to get gas somewhere in Florida. But
Mm-hmm.
I-10, Florida is smooth, man. It's
Yeah, you coming on a panhandle.
yeah.
The roads are
It
very
wasn't
open, and the only
Yeah, it
issues.
wasn't no issue. Yeah, no
Yeah, the
issues.
only issues that you probably have coming into Florida, as if on the panhandle, is if you're coming in at night.
Mhm.
As you get closer to you get on the east side of Tallahassee, the roads are not as wide, and they're not as lit up. So deer and those type of issues going through
Yeah,
the Osceola
that's what I
Forest gets
heard.
it gets a little hairy, man.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I saw something said a bear crossing too.
yeah, but them little bears, they be like cat.
Okay.
Yeah, they be like cats. They ain't no real bear. But yeah, they do have black bears. You'll see them, especially around Destin, Florida, in that area. You'll see them there. But not much. It's not that serious. But them deer are. The deer are serious. They're not Texas deer, but they're enough to do some real damage.
They'll knock you off that bike.
Yeah, they'll
right?
put you off. They'll put you off that bike. So
Yeah.
So like I said, that whole ride, man, it was from what I can remember and from what you spoke of, no real weather issues, man. Just
No.
what? Because I know probably by the time you got east of Houston, things start warming up pretty well for you. Am I correct?
Yeah, I'm changing gear then. Yeah, all I got on is just my my jacket, my cruising jacket. Where I can get a little air in there, but I got the protection. It's got the elbow. I'm always wanting to be protected because you don't know if you're going down. So you'll never catch me riding without something above my skin. But yeah, I didn't have to put it. I had my little cool skull cap on at that time, and I rode with the modular open up quite a bit, getting me some fluids in me. But I had my K Solo gloves on there. But yeah,
Yeah.
Weather was a lot different, much better.
Yeah, I saw you one time, man. You were dressed like the Michelin Man. Carl said, one thing I ain't gonna be is I ain't gonna be cold. I can tell
I
you
ain't
right
gonna be
now.
cold.
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
Yeah. So the heated suit worked really well. Didn't have no issues with this
No,
heated
no
suit.
issue. Yeah, everything worked
Okay,
well.
awesome.
Everything
Yeah.
worked well.
And
Yeah.
you rocked it. Your heated suit is the Harley Rain
So I
series?
got the hot wired.
Hot wire. Okay.
Now
Okay.
this
Any
season,
issues with hot wire?
last season I'm going with hot wired. I'm stepping up. Next season I haven't decided which way I'm going. Gerving, California Heat. I know my gloves are probably done. I'll get them done by a guy named Ken Phoenix, but I'm gonna elevate. I've seen a few guys with the Gerving
Yeah.
that I like
Yeah.
that. So yeah.
And for those people who are on listening that want to do some cold weather riding, go check out your man Ken Phoenix.
Yes.
That does the modification on heated gear and man, matter of fact, I'm gonna get Ken Phoenix back on soon and have him talk about heated gear, proper heated gear, modifications to heated gloves and those type of things. The guy
Yeah.
is very, very intelligent. Low Key has just bought some gear from him. Matter of fact, I think Low Key did a video from the gear that he purchased and had
Uh-huh.
it modified by Ken. So Ken's
Yeah.
real smart guy, man. Put you on game. He rides out in Colorado, man.
But he's from Texas. But
Yeah,
he's from
from
Texas.
Tech. Yeah.
He's from Beaumont.
Okay, from Beaumont. But man, I tell you what, he's riding out there in
And
20
he
degree
rides
weather.
cold weather.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he riding some real extreme cold weather, man. So the guy
Yeah.
knows what he's doing. So somebody say Ken Phoenix for the win. You ain't lying, man. The
Exactly.
guy really
Yeah.
knows what the heck he's doing.
That he
So
does.
so let's do this, Carl. Let's take it into home. So we make it to Jacksonville. We're victorious. I see you in front of the sign with a big old smile and everything, man. So if you don't mind, let's do this segment. Let's call this the good, the bad, the ugly. If there's no ugly, then there's no ugly. If there's no bad, there's no bad. Let's just expand upon the ride and your how do you feel now that the ride is over, that you've accomplished the ride? What were some of the things that you took away from it? Good, bad, or whatever. Let's go with it.
All right, so I can be honest with you. I'm telling you now, there was no bad. I can't. I don't have no bad weather. I didn't have no bad gear fails. I didn't have no mechanical issues. The good was the family watching out for me because I got a text from my boy Brandon Nomad. Hey man, what time you think you're gonna get into Jacksonville? I said GPS says 6:25. All right, bet. So I knew you were busy. I wasn't thinking, I'm just rolling. I come off the 10 and hit what's the street? What's that street?
Stockton.
Stockton.
Street. Yeah,
I'm
Stockton
coming
Street.
right to the light and I see him over on the right hand corner with his camera up filming me. I make the turn, then I pull back into the BP. He comes over and the first thing he hands me is some Gatorade, some fluids for me to drink. And he said, "Let me get your picture."
Man, shout out to Brandon.
Get your picture. He
Brandon,
takes
that
my
dude.
picture, and then he says, "I'm texting this to Big Sarge right now," and then he pull out, man. So I'm
Yeah.
feeling like $1 million, man. I swear to God, I did. I felt like I remember when I came home from the 48 state trip, I had an entire cheering section. My wife had people here, but just him being there, and then knowing I had other people in the background, I felt like $1 million when I came in. So this ride really was a family affair. It wasn't. It was me, the rider, but
Yeah.
a boxer don't go in the ring without his cut man, his trainer, and all that. I don't go into this ride without my wife. I don't go into this ride without you. I don't go into this ride without Mileage Bully. I don't do this ride successfully without the ground pounders in my corner. So yeah, I felt like $1 million, man.
Man, I remember seeing you come into sorry about the feedback. I remember seeing you come into the L house to the Mix and Mingle, man, and how proud everybody was to see you.
Man,
Brother,
don't get me started,
brother,
George.
hey, bro, you were like Michael Jackson coming in that bad boy.
Man, dude, if you will let me, man, that somebody, and I think it was Kodak, penned this, the Ground Painters Reunion. Maybe I don't know who it was, but
It was
they
Kodak.
they couldn't have gotten it more right. I walked into a room, Highway Smiling, a man I'd never met, had been following my ride. a legend, as we call him. He knew I was out there. He said, "Hey man, congratulations on your finish." You know, I had guys come up, "Man, I was tracking you, dog. I saw this," and I'm like, "Wow." You know, and the first thing they asked, after the congratulatory remarks was, "How you feeling? How you feeling? You good? Hey man, you ain't gotta be here all night. Go get you some rest." Da 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 da. I'm like, she'll tell you. I mean, but and then how they treated her. You know, people who know she is the wife, the backbone of my, my backbone that just welcomed her with open arms. But yeah, man, I couldn't miss it. I mean, February. I know the first weekend in February is always gonna be JV. So yeah, man,
The Ground
it was
Pounders
a
reunion,
wonderful
dig.
experience.
Yeah. It was like I said, man, just from where I was sitting at, man, I could just see, again, I could just see all the love, all the, Carl, 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 Carl. I
Yeah,
said,
man.
man, this is an awesome thing, man.
Yeah,
It
man.
was a beautiful moment, man. I knew you were tired. I knew you were tired. But that adrenaline to get you going, man. And
It
I
gets you
know,
going,
because
man.
remember I said to you, don't you ride nowhere else. Don't ride nowhere. Sit your butt down and go to bed, man.
Yeah,
You did an awesome job. If you don't
appreciate it.
mind, I'm gonna ask the wife, man. How was you feeling? I know the last time he got sick and all that other stuff. Did you have any concern?
This time, no,
Okay.
because I watched him go through the preparation, and also glimpse keeps me aware. Because trust me, if he stopped more than 15 minutes, I'm calling like, "What's going on?"
I know that's
But
right.
that kind of eases it, and being able to follow him the last part of the way was exciting. My friends was asking me, how was it? I said, this event is something that I don't mind going to every year. I
Mhm.
say because this is actually a grown folks party.
Grown folks.
I said, when you get to commune with people of like minds, I said everybody's nice. Nobody is trying to overshadow the other.
Mhm.
You feel welcome even if you're not a rider. I said that's the best part about it. But I was good this time because I felt like I knew he would make it.
Mhm.
Just with the community that he has here, and then me also being able to follow along.
Awesome, awesome. Like I said, we were just the whole weekend was a beautiful weekend. It was even greater, Carl, to have you one of our own. You family. You family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to have one of our own first rider come out the gate for 2024 to do the I-10 to the end was a beautiful thing. The whole thing was celebratory, but you
Yeah.
made it even more. So we appreciate you, sir. We appreciate you for sharing your ride with us, man, because it's a lot.
Yeah.
People say, sorry, yeah, I just don't like to, uh, be on the internet and show us, look, man, look, cool. But if you don't want us to see you ride, you don't want to share nothing, okay, cool. We don't care.
Yeah.
But for the ones who care enough to share their ride, to even make themselves in some cases be vulnerable, we're all human, but you're
Yep.
showing us, even if Sarge has a misstep, if Carl has a misstep, you're showing us because what you're doing is potentially saving another life, or you're
Oh,
making sure that person don't have to go through the same thing that you went through.
right.
And that's the beauty of this whole Each One Teach One social experiment platform. It's social. It's to share, to teach what you're doing at the same time. And oh, by the way, you don't have to be a professor to do this. You
No,
just have to be a person with a willing heart to be able to share with one another or share with others. And this thing is infectious, man. It is crazy.
that it is.
And it's people like you, Carl, your wife, other members of this whole Iron Elite family that makes this thing so special because there's no superstar, there's superstars. And that's
Absolutely.
Yeah.
everybody, man. So,
Yep.
hey, man, with that being said, man, Carl, any last things you want to leave us with before we let you get out of here? Because they finally let up on you, man, because they were killing you. They were killing you, dog.
Okay, I'm gonna say one thing. This is about the event, the reunion. Like I said, when he got the name reunion, so you got your motorcycle sets, you got your clubs. That's your cousins. And then you got the different states, you know. So I'm meeting folks from Texas. They're my extended kin folks. So, you know, I remember standing at the event on Saturday afternoon, and I got my back. I'm looking at you because I think you were getting ready to talk about Miss Zena or whoever was. I think it was Retro. And I hear this, "What's up, Carl?" And I turn, it's my big bear from Florida, Greg Orr. And he gives me this hug, man. That's what reunions and family are all about, man. Everywhere I went, I felt like I was connected. And one more, so the nickname, so 73, let me tell you how that came real quickly. This guy had been following me on my ride. When I got knocked out in the first round of the solo, he comes up to me, well, his friend, they talking, and he say, "Man, your new name is 73 because you only go 73, no faster." And then I made the logo. So that's where it came from. Pete Johnson and Jimmy Sullivan out of Greenville, South Carolina. This reunion, man, you gonna meet some new folks. You gonna meet some new family. You gonna have a damn good time, man. I appreciate you for starting this, man. I know we make it, but you started it, so we have to give you your props. And I mean, because you put it on, man. You put on a hell of a show, and that's why people come out. You know, a lot of people couldn't pull off what you did. A lot of because you're into it, but you don't. It's not so big. Like Dallas Cowboys, we ain't never gonna win the Super Bowl because Jerry Jones is a damn owner. He won't let a coach and a manager manage. You on the other hand,
Hey, don't let my wife hear that.
yeah, you got this entity, but it ain't just about Big Sarge and Mr. Least. You letting other people make this thing happen, and it's just growing exponentially. You know, and pretty soon we're gonna need a place bigger than the L's house to hold the meet and greet, man, because it's gonna grow.
Yeah, it is a sexy problem, ain't it, man? Hey, but let me say this, man. Let me say this to everybody, man. Let me say this. Man, this has been an awesome 2024 so far. Can't wait for what's in store for us as their whole Iron Elite family, as the I-10 to the end family. Man, it's just going to get better and better because the people are the magic, the people are the energy, the people are the fuel to keep this thing going. As long as you got the people united together doing positive things, there's no stopping.
Yes,
There's
sir.
no stopping. Is that fair?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you, Carl. I appreciate your beautiful wife, man. I appreciate y'all giving us an hour or so of your time today. Man, we laughed a lot. We smiled. We even dropped a few tears here and there, man. But it's all love because it's all up under the banner of social experiment, each one teach one. With that being said, man, we're going to let y'all get on about y'all Saturday, man. Mad salute, brother. Much love. Until the next time.
All right,
Peace.
brother.
Y'all take
Yeah.
care.
Here now.
Hey man, just a quick note, real quick from your boy Sarge, man. Like I said, we're gonna have quite a few riders that's gonna be getting ready to launch in March. If you're interested and you know you're taking a cross country ride this year, I-10 to the end, whether you're doing some IBA stuff, whether you're going to club runs, or whether you just you're just doing this thing because you're inspired, reach out, inbox me. We will send you the link. The link will have all the rules. It'll have all the instructions for registration, and it'll have the whole 9 yards for you, man. So you just fill out the link, go through, do all what the prompters tell you, and then we get you guys locked in. My suggestion to you, if you know you're going to make the ride, it works best if you let us know at least 30 days ahead of time. Because, oh, by the way, Sarge got a schedule too. Sarge got to ride a motorcycle too. So it helps me with my planning to make sure that we can assure that we're going to give you the best experiences possible, and I can be available for your launch from Jacksonville, Florida, or your arrival to Jacksonville, Florida. So that's that. Also, on the merch line, man, the cool keychains, the I-10 to the end keychains are available. Just let us know. Reach out again. Shoot the link or shoot me the inbox, and we'll shoot you the link to how to order the keychains. They're cool keychains. They're miniature keychains. Let me see if I got one. Unfortunately, I don't have one on my desk right now, but they're cool keychains. I will post them onto the Iron Elite page for you to see them. They're like the patch, but they're a mini keychain for your key fob. So very cool thing to have. There's only one requirement to get one is you've got to have completed, certified, and validated I-10 into the end ride. I-10 end to the end shirts are still available. Hit me up. Let me know if you want one as well. And now we're doing certificates, and the certificate is a nice, cool certificate that has all the literature on it. It actually has a raised seal on it, and it has your ride serial number. So whatever ride, if you were ride 195, that thing will be on your certificate, serialized on there, and be kept in the records. So any and every time, you can always go back and people know exactly what number ride that you were for the I-10 to the end. Iron Elite shirts, we still we're still able to order those things for you if you want them. We don't have any on hand because they did actually buy them all out. So, but we can order you one. Right now, it's taking. They're moving pretty fast. So from order to your front door right now, we've been averaging less than 2 weeks. So it's pretty good. On that being said, so I will ask you though, if you order Iron Elite shirt or an I-10 to the end shirt, they run about a half size big. So it's something that you want to consider. If you're 2X, you might want to take a look at maybe an XL, not unless you just like a shirt that fits you really big because you want to stuff a bunch of stuff on it. They are riding shirts. They're whisker waist shirts. They're not cotton. So they're breathable shirts, and they're loose fit, and the sleeves are reinforced. So it's good to ride on a motorcycle. Again, I think I've cleared all the notes. If I hadn't, I think I've got everything. Again, man, we're just excited about what direction we're moving in 2024. Got quite a few rides coming up. Still working on the ground panels reunion. Yeah, sorry, it just happened last week. Yeah, bro, but we got to start this thing one more again and build everything back up and get ourselves ready to go. And let me see. I just saw this morning GQ has got this cool ride. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Very cool ride. I think he's unleashing the peace army. Something along that line. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick and see if I can see his ride. Okay, yeah, it says save the date. Unleash the peace run. Pre-registration and all are going. I think we've also have that on the Iron Elite page as well. If we don't, we'll get it on there. But GQ is doing his thing, and the whole get down for this is, I think proceeds are going to, let's see, it says the first ever Peace Army Unleash the Peace Run, May 25th, 2024, at Mike Bruno's Harley Davidson. We're going to have food, fun, and fellowship. And it's got some information about scanning the Q code, but I think particulars with that ride, proceeds or some type of, they're raising money for high school scholarships, I believe, for kids. But check out GQ's page, man, for more details, man. He's doing some great things out there. So check him out. Other than that, I think we've covered it all. The YouTube channel is growing. It is growing, but I'm telling you, I can use some more help. Please, if you know anybody that would be interested in taking in on the content that we're doing on the YouTube page, is Sarge Life and Motorcycling. It is 95% motorcycle stuff, motorcycle prep equipment, anything that helps us to become better riders, to be better riders, is going to be in that part of the genre. The life side, we're going to be bringing people on like Chief Warrant Officer McCoy, that we're bringing him on, and we talked about his book that speaks about PTSD. If you hadn't checked that book out, let's see if I got that. If I can. I keep the book close to me. It's called Courage Unveiled, Navigating the Battlefield Within. I know because I got this hologram up, you're probably not going to be able to see it as well, but the book is on the Iron Elite page. It speaks about his battle with PTSD, what he uses today to work with this disease, because once you get this disease, it doesn't necessarily go away, but you find ways and tools to use to combat it and be able to live a very functionable, happy life. So shout out to Chief Warrant Officer McCoy, as we call him, Freshgabar. So he's with I'm almost dang forget Red Reed Tampa chapter. So check him out. Check out the book. I'm sure it's still available on Amazon. I ordered the book. It took me 2 days to get the book in. It was an easy read, beautiful read, man. Good stuff. So check him out. And I'm trying to think, is there any other news and notes that I need to cover? Other than that, that's it, man. That's my time. I appreciate you guys. Again, share the YouTube page. Also, one last thing before I let you guys go. Monday at 11 a.m., man, I'm going to have LT, Timothy Mitchell, man, from Atlanta, Georgia. He's going to be coming on, and we're going to be talking about his bout, man, that he had with colon cancer. My man went through a big, big ordeal with colon cancer, went through what he had to go through, got healed, and he said to himself, once he was cancer-free, he was going to get on this motorcycle and he was going to ride across the country. And by the way, he did a year and a half ago. So we're going to review that, man, again with Timothy Mitchell, man, Beat Cancer and Ride. He'll be on Monday at 11 a.m., man. We're going to go in. And we're only doing these things, man, because these things are important. They're important. This is the life side of the motorcycling. If we don't do what we need to do for each other health-wise, there won't be any motorcycle riding. So these particular topics are important to me, and I hope they're important to you as well, to make sure that we can continue to be a healthy, happy, riding motorcycle community, man. So that's what it is, man. Your boy Sarge is getting ready to go, man. I've been way too long. Hopefully everybody's having a great weekend, man. We'll see you guys on the flip side. You dig?
Hey, y'all, it's Snacks reminding you to tune in to the Iron Elite podcast. You dig?
I know. Sarge, is motorcycling the only thing you talk about? Is motorcycling the only thing you care about? Nope. I care about the Jacksonville Jaguars, too.